This episode of MMA Nuts is brought to you by Hayabusa, the leader in combat sports gear. Get 20% off with code MMA Nuts at HayabusAFight.com. HostGator, the leader in hosting. Save 40% off shared hosting with code MMA40. CheapAir.com. Save $5 off any flight in the U.S. with code MMACheapAir. Protect-A-Bed. Visit ProtectABed.com and save 20% with code MMA Nuts. Defense Soap. Get 15% off with code MMA Nuts at DefenseSoap.com. Hey fans, it's MMA Nuts, episode 257.
257!
My name is Ingo Wuggold.
Matt Griffith, MMA Show, by MMA fans, for MMA fans, we're walking live between serious and ridiculous. What's going on? See how we turn it on? Go from 0 to 120.
Yes.
Like that.
That is correct. What's
Like
going
that.
on?
Yep.
I don't know. Things are happening. The tings. I feel like this weather's fucking with us. Like,
How so?
it's going to be 90 this week.
Fuck that shit. I'm done.
Upper 90s near the weekend, supposedly, and it's been like in the 60s and 70s all week. I thought fall was hitting, and then boom. Nope.
Yeah. My garden's had enough.
Done, yeah.
It's tapping out already.
That's why, I mean, I pulled the stuff had to pull all the veggies off because I think all the plants are starting to die. And
Yep. All my corn's done. I had to use whatever corn I have left. I got to use those for seeds now.
Yes. And you have those gigantic sunflower
Yeah,
thingies,
the fucking heads on
10
those
feet
things.
tall.
They're like, yay big. You get all the seeds from those bitches.
Yeah.
Keep one and then eat the rest.
Matt puts special sauce in his garden.
TRT for everybody, baby.
Just
Only the
pissing-
best.
Shitting everywhere, pissing everywhere.
Talking about my cucumbers, they tasted, what was it, Clay?
Oh, no, there was like a hint of lime and like jalapeno or something. They were spicy-ish and kind of zesty, like a lime type flavor. And it wasn't just me. I told you, I gave it to a couple pieces to somebody else, and they were like, "Yeah, this does taste kind. What is this?" I'm like, "It's a cucumber."
It's a special cucumber.
like it doesn't taste like. I think he's messing with me. He's
Came
like
from Guatemala.
injected shit into the cucumber.
Yes.
It was a little frothy in there. He's like, give him special sauce juice.
That's right.
A little zesty, a little spicy.
First I make it disappear inside a hooker's asshole.
Perfect.
Then I feed it to my friends.
Awesome.
Yep. That's how I keep it nice and moist.
Perfect.
It's extra juicy, right?
What?
Cucumber.
Oh, it was crazy juicy.
See? That's how we roll.
Yeah. It's one of the juiciest cucumbers I believe I've ever eaten. It was just like goo in there.
It's nice and thick.
Yeah.
I launched an orange one in my backyard the other day. Blew up.
You launched it?
Yeah, I threw it up in the air.
Oh.
Because it was orange. And
You
it
didn't like
smelled delicious.
Why didn't you eat it?
Because it was orange. I'm not going to eat no orange cucumbers.
What are you, racist?
Yeah, I am.
No
I'll
orange
eat white or
cucumbers.
green fucking cucumbers. If you're
Nice.
orange, go fuck yourself. I ain't eating you. Sorry.
Okay.
Smelled delicious, though. And it blew up all over the backyard.
Was it orange inside too?
Mm-mm. No, it looked normal.
Just the outside?
Yeah.
Huh.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. Talk about some news.
All right, what we got?
I don't know where to start.
Where we going?
Let's start with this, okay? Because this is big news.
Which one?
We got Robbie Lawler, Carlos Condit. Not happening.
Oh,
Sorry.
Devastated.
That one's done. Instead, we are going to get Ronda Rousey
Yes.
versus,
Yeah. Holly Holm.
not Misha Tate. Damn. Holly Holm moved to 193, which is, I believe, in November, right?
Yeah, in Melbourne.
Something like this.
Something like the 14th.
So it's already happening. Things getting shifted around.
Well, I'd say this. I guess the good thing is 194 didn't get fucked up. Because that's the one with McGregor, Aldo,
Mm-hmm.
I think Weidman, Rockhold, and Jacare and Yoel Romero.
Yes.
So
It's a crazy card.
we gotta make a couple sacrifices for the MMA gods.
Yeah.
And
Was it us
that's
who was
the one.
talking on the last show about
Mm.
the UFC like potentially setting the stage for a gigantic UFC 200?
Yeah.
Right? With
They're
the way
gonna
they're
do
moving
it.
things around.
And
So-
that may be like the. Didn't you say last week Fedor is coming? To
He's
the
coming,
UFC
man.
And,
He's coming.
So it
From
sounds
everything
like
I've read in the depths and dark corners, crevices of the,
the
MMA,
anals, if you will.
yes, the anals, he has already signed. It just hasn't been officially announced. So they're just trying to figure out when he will come back. I'm not sure if that's
Well,
true.
Bellator tapped out.
Yeah.
Too. They
Probably
said, you know what?
Too rich.
It's not time for us. Like, oh no.
He
So you
probably
just
wants too
got
much money.
Well, they just gave up all negotiating power on the UFC or for Fedor. If you're Fedor, like, fuck you, Bellator. You don't need to be telling everybody you're out. Just say you're in so I can get a little more cha-ching.
Yeah.
I'll give you a little something, something.
Uh-huh.
All his negotiating power
Little
wiped out.
kickback. little kickback. Thanks for the help getting the contract done.
Thanks, Coker, you dick.
Yeah. I think you should ask for like a couple million and like 10% of the pay-per-view.
Could be. Or it could be maybe already signed, and that's why they said they're tapping out.
Yeah. From what I know
yeah.
and have heard, he has already signed. It happened about a week and a half ago.
How much do you think he's getting paid to fight? $1 million? Or less?
No, it's got to be less. That would be the highest paid official fighter. No, I haven't seen.
He's not worth $1 million a fight?
I think the highest was like 550 we've seen, right? Officially? Something like that?
Somewhere in the
500,
well,
550?
McGregor and Mendez were both 500.
That was some of the highest.
Straight five.
That was even more than like Anderson Silva or any of those guys were getting. Anderson was getting like
Silva money.
400,000, but I think he was getting a lot of pay-per-view dollars.
Yeah.
So it's all in the back end.
That's right.
He likes it from back there. That's why he needs the purple vials.
Fuck yeah. Fuck like a champ.
Ether. Snort that shit.
Like, what are you doing? It's straight out of Thailand. I've got dick hard juice. Just drink it.
It's all good.
It'll all work out. Yeah.
I don't know.
Wonder if it was that one dude that was juiced to the gills that gave him that shit. Remember that one guy in his camp? He's like Mr. Clean.
Yeah.
Plus 5.
Yep. Could have been him.
GSP has one of those guys in his camp too. Or used to. Where he's super sauced.
I don't think he's ever coming back.
He shouldn't.
He's gotten kind of radio silence too. GSP hasn't said much. Haven't heard much about him.
No.
We did see John Jones recently.
Yes.
Poking his. He's training. We'll see what comes of it.
Well, that criminal shit. I don't know if they're gonna prosecute him or not. I think he just needs to pay that woman and family off, and she won't press any charges. She'll get a nice settlement out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Just depends if they want to prosecute. I don't know.
You got any news? I got
sure,
more, but I'll let you know.
I'm trying to think where I want to go first. Let's go salaries. We were talking last week about the UFC and sponsors and how you can have sponsors, but now it's very difficult to obtain because if you can't wear sponsor gear during fight week, except for Reebok, what's the point of sponsoring a fighter at this point? So we were talking about salaries and whatnot, and I was kind of asking, what do these other professional sports leagues, what's the minimum salary? So I actually looked it up to see, and shocking. You can go, shocking.
I'm ready to be shocked.
The NHL is the highest. They have a $550,000 minimum salary.
Whoa.
NBA,
Is that because they have the least amount of players, perhaps?
I don't know. NBA, I think probably, because you only have X amount on a team.
5 on a side. Well, what do they
have?
15,
3 lines.
15 guys, 20 guys that play on a team, right?
Something like that.
NBA might be even smaller. I don't know. Sorry, keep going.
NBA is 507,000, so they're second. MLB 500,000.
Wow.
And then the NFL 435,000.
Wow. Who would have guessed like MLB and NFL? Because MLB is pretty high, I think, but for they got a shit ton of players on the roster. But football is probably because of that, because there's like 52 guys on the roster.
Yeah.
I mean.
And then you look at the length of a average career. So NHL is 5.5 years,
Ooh.
NBA 4.8 years, Major League Baseball 5.6 years, and then the NFL the lowest at 3.5.
Oh, it's up. I think like 10 years ago it was like 2.5 or something like that. Something crazy. It's a rough sport.
Yeah. And then you're not even looking at the damage that you're doing to your body. Like in all those sports, I'd say Major League Baseball, probably the least amount since you have the longest career and probably no head trauma, you know. NBA's, NHL. But anyway, then you lead to the UFC, you're on a 10-10. So
the average is what, maybe 20,000? 30?
For, yeah, it was hard to find out what the average pay was, but I'm just looking at minimum salary.
Yeah.
Or we're not even at a salary. That's just minimum to show up. But so I'm trying to get to a point to say, wow, if you're a UFC fighter, what do you think the minimum salary should be? Knowing what all these other sports leagues are getting. Yes,
100,000.
Okay. And I get these other leagues get a lot more in TV revenue and whatever, but
tons.
You know what? You got to draw a line somewhere, and I think that's probably the right point.
Over the line, man.
100,000, Ingo.
Remember that from?
No.
You never see the Big Lebowski?
Yeah, I remember.
Remember when he was like bowling?
Oh, okay.
It's over like John Goodman
pulls his gun out.
like,
hey, what the fuck's wrong with you, Big? You don't pull no gun on me.
But yeah, I mean, that's crazy though to think that a professional sport of this caliber at this point has such low salaries.
Yes. And well, it's not even a salary. You have to show up to get the money. I think
right.
We got to get to the point where these guys need to be getting paid monthly. And then we'll be good.
Well, if you're only making 10 and 10, you can pay them $1,000 a month.
Well,
that's nothing. There you go.
That's not going to cover jack shit.
$1,000.
Jack shit, or cover something, man.
Yeah.
Get to the salary. Then it's like the most raped employees ever. Not even a fucking employee. You're just take advantage of them 100% of the way. You can do this fucking whereabouts program. I need to tell you where I'm at. 365 days a year for the next, or whatever it is, 3 months. I'm just going to go off on my tangent now. And I can't have any fucking sponsors, and you drug test me whenever. What the fuck?
Anal rape anytime.
Seriously. Whatever they want, and you have to take it. And you speak out against it, you get no fights, you get cut. I'm telling you, a year from now, when all these guys fight out their contracts, UFC is going to be a much different place. Much different place.
You think?
Saw it. Well, even Melvin Guillard, right? Mm-hmm. He was going to test free agency and went over to Bellator.
Yeah, but things didn't go so well for him there.
And transition
he blew up his hand in Bellator over the weekend.
I didn't see.
Just like destroyed it. And there was a lot of shit talk about his fight online, and then I think when people realized, what actually happened, I mean, his hand is like the size of a fucking basketball.
I thought you were going to say watermelon. I was going to go, God damn you.
I was going to, and then I stopped myself.
But why? Why is food, let's say this again, why is food racist?
Fried chicken. I mean, what?
Daniel Cormier loves it.
I like
Does
fried
it matter?
chicken.
Who doesn't? I like chicken and waffles. I was going to make it. I didn't make it yet. Yep.
Oh, that's delicious. I can make the waffles at home, but I never make the chicken because it's just too stinky. I used to have a fryer. And it would smell the house up.
Don't fry
you gotta do it outside.
Yeah.
But come on, dude, you gotta have fried chicken. It's gotta be crispy. You got crispiness.
No, I get the crispy from the waffle. I don't need the. You could bake it. You don't have to fry it.
Oh, that's not the same. It's gotta be fried. Oh yeah, with like fucking maple syrup all over that shit.
I don't know about that.
I've had it. When I went down to where did I go? I'm trying to remember now. It wasn't Tennessee. It was Alabama, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta. I was in Atlanta. Man, that's when I first discovered fried chicken and waffles, and I was like, "This is."
They have dog fighting out there too.
Yeah, they do, but I didn't go to that.
Was that Michael Vick out there fighting dogs
back in the day? But yeah, they had, like somebody I knew down there who was like, "Hey, you should try this." I'm like, "Fried chicken and waffles, like for dinner, seriously?" And they're like, "Yeah, man, it's really good." And I'm like, "I don't know, that sounds weird." And I was like, "Oh, this is delicious." I had 2 servings. I was like,
load it up.
Real maple syrup, like butter on the waffle, and like the fresh fried chicken right out of the thing, nice and spicy.
See, I get them talking about food.
Oh, yeah. I'm all excited. Now I'm hungry.
See?
I'm ready to eat. It's a damn shame. I'm lucky that when I leave here, it's late, and there's really like nothing good to eat. Like otherwise, I'd stop for sure. I don't do the fast food thing.
Yeah, like the only thing on the way home was like I think a Portillo's. Depending upon which route you're taking.
They're closed now, though, I think.
At night?
I think they close at like 8, 9.
Huh.
So, I mean, there have been times, I will not lie, where I may have overindulged while I was here in certain substances, and I may have stopped or not stopped at like White Castle or Taco Bell, which I don't really eat those places.
Brutalize
usually.
your body.
Yeah. But then it's funny, though, because the next day I go, man, like, I didn't really drink that much. Why do I feel so terrible? And I'm like, oh, yeah. It's because
horrible shit, toxic shit you put in you.
Yes. Yeah, that's not real food. So, okay, so back on track. You're saying Melvin Guillard went to Bellator. You think more of this is going to happen?
Of course. Even Matt Mitrione, he said he is waiting.
What?
Well, he's got 1 fight left on his contract, and he's having a hard time getting that fight because he wants out.
Oh, so they won't give it to him?
Right. So they're tying him up. And he said if anybody needs a fight on short notice, anybody drops out, he'll take that fight because he wants to test free agency. And it's kind of fucked up that, it's almost, if you're a UFC fighter, and now, like we were talking about too, when these guys are signing these 8 and 10 fight deals, it's fucked up. You don't want to tie yourself up for that long. Maybe 3 maximum. is all I want to sign for.
What's the incentive, though, for a guy to sign a fight contract that long when he knows that they could cut him any time? Why not just do like a 1 or 2 fight deal?
Maybe they're pushing the longer contracts now.
And try to lock guys up?
Yep.
Okay.
I wouldn't do it, though. I think 3 is probably the max you want to do, but who knows what the options are when it comes fight time.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall in these negotiations.
Seriously.
Dana's like, I got your fucking head in a vice. Sign this fucking contract.
Perpetuity, motherfucker. Your likeness, perpetuity. We own it.
Yes.
What?
Oh, I don't know.
Even when I've left your fucking organization, you still own my likeness.
Yep.
The one-sidedness
are
is
just
disgusting.
a piece of meat.
Disgusting. So,
you know what else is disgusting?
This week in domestic violence? Is that the new? Should we have a new theme? This week in domestic violence. What do we got? Did you say you got Anthony Rumble Johnson?
Oh, I was like,
something?
I'm
waiting.
What is the cue?
I got this. I got part 2 of that.
He's trying to lob it up to me, but I'm totally missing the ball here.
Fun.
Yes, he agrees to counseling and donating money to women's charity after his incident that we discussed last week on the show.
It was a little yoga mat freak out.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Apparently, things are all well in Anthony Rumble Johnson land. He's fighting this weekend, so coming.
Yeah. Like 6 days.
Yeah. Little counseling, little donation.
Sure, it'll all work out. I'm sure this is just an isolated incident.
Totally.
You know, he's got a couple problems, but hey.
We all have problems, Matt.
These guys are, at the end of the day, they're fucking fighters. They're fighters. They fight for a living. Don't you think they're going to have some other issues?
No, because they're all supposed to be perfect gentlemen.
Yeah. At all times.
Forever.
You can make no mistakes.
Nope.
And speaking of all that, Travis Browne. The UFC just hired their investigator, and they said everything's inconclusive. Reinstated.
Good for him.
Shocking. You know, and then there's all these other rumors floating around. I don't know what's true and what's not.
Are you talking about Ronda Rousey?
Yes.
Of him supposedly, and then him and Schaub having some beef?
Yeah, there's that floating around. Then there's his wife's friend posting some text messages claiming some shit, and then some other rumors of his wife going to go to the police now because she didn't like the way the UFC handled it. You know what? Go to the police in the first place.
Right.
If this was real, and I'm not saying it's not, but I'm saying go to the police in the first place, and then let the judges and the courts decide all this shit.
Yep.
So we don't have to play he said, she said.
Well,
at the end of the day, the public is not the ones who should be determining who's right and who's wrong.
But these days, some that seems like that's all you need is
Well,
like
that's
to
all it
start some
is.
shit on the internet, and then bad things happen, you know, to those who are accused, whether they're really causing this or not. Doesn't matter.
You get tried in the court of public opinion.
Which is probably worse than the court of not public opinion.
Right, because everything should be based on facts, not hearsay.
What? There's no
hearsay and go
facts, schmacks.
I know.
Who's dealing in facts these days?
Nobody. It's all rumors, hearsay, and this and that. So what else is going on? Let's transition in and out of this week in domestic violence.
I feel like well, there's a lot of viralness going on regarding not the HIV.
Damn it! My favorite disease. Not have.
California Commission has California, I should say, has quite a few unsanctioned fights happening.
Cockfights!
Which are basically, if you Google this shit, I mean, it's basically looks like street brawls that are happening on Indian reservations and whatnot.
Is there a problem? Is this like a pet cemetery? An Indian burial ground?
Could be.
I'd be in for that. The fuck's the movie?
Pet Cemetery?
Regulators. Let's regulate.
Like the song?
Yeah. But what was the Young Guns?
Oh, that's it.
Then they they got high. They drank a bunch of fucking peyote or ayahuasca.
Oh, yeah.
And then they got all high as fuck, and then they went through the Indian burial ground.
Yes.
Because they were in the spirit world.
They were.
Sorry to sidetrack you.
That's been a long time I haven't seen that movie. Emilio Estevez was in that, right?
Charlie Sheen and Lou Diamond Phillips.
Their best movie together was still Men at Work.
Was Garbage Man?
Yes,
I don't know about
I like that one. That was a good one. I haven't seen that in a long time. Okay, but Wow.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
Indian Reservations. So I wanted to get your take on this.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Why is it okay that people who don't have really like history in fighting, or why should it be okay for you to go watch somebody basically cockfight? Like it seems like a lot of these fights I've seen online, there was a woman fight that looked like one woman trains, the other woman eats bonbons and got knocked the fuck out, like really badly. And it was like, why is that okay? And who wants to watch that?
Because sometimes some people need to get knocked the fuck out.
Is that right?
Yes and no.
Okay. But if I would say that that's true if both fighters know what they're getting into. I think somebody who doesn't train or can't possibly understand the realm of like okay, we just interviewed Damian Maia. Okay,
right.
So if I was to get into a cage with that guy, he would fucking maul me. And I know that, and even I train. But somebody who doesn't train would get in there and like, he doesn't look that scary. And then you get mauled. Like, that doesn't seem like, it seems wrong to me.
Yeah,
like,
on a bunch of levels.
Somebody should stop them.
Well, I think when this is like a public topic and it's being very put out there in all the media, at least on the MMA side, I'm pretty sure that shit's going to get shut down.
You think so?
And especially with some of these leagues. I forgot what the name of that league was. And the funny thing was, I think they were the ones who
explode.
Who are
they're
threatening litigation against BJPenn.com for the virality of the said video because they were claiming the one woman was a soccer mom. Like, motherfuckers, you're the ones who
look like a soccer mom.
They're the ones who are running unsanctioned MMA events. So
yes.
If you're in the wrong, what are you gonna do? Sue someone because they shed some light on your shit?
Yeah.
You're not a goddamn vampire.
You can't be showing the fact that we're having these blood sport
Just
fights.
because someone's 0-21 and showing up to fight a seasoned UFC fighter, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Come on. Get your shit together, people. I mean, when you go to some of the amateur MMA, I remember back in the day when we were going to all these amateur MMA events, now I'm thinking about it. When we saw those events, we would easily be able to tell right away, that guy's going to win or that guy's going to win. Yeah. Just based on their appearance. You could, it's not that you could smell the fear, but you could tell who's ready and who's not. And now I'm wondering if we saw something like that where it was like an 0-10 versus someone else. But I want to think here in Illinois, I add the S on for effect, that we have legitimate matches.
We try to. I don't think, do we have Indian reservations?
No, not that I'm aware of.
So we have no choice.
Yeah. It's all legitimate here.
There you go.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. It's sad. I don't think it's cool. And I certainly don't think that any sort of, I guess, organization should be promoting this kind of crap.
No, and why isn't whoever's in charge of just fuck it, the local police should just shut that down, period.
Yeah.
If it's not sanctioned, I don't give a fuck. Where is that the loophole, though?
Yeah, Indian reservation.
Because you're on the reservation?
Can't do shit about it.
But it can't federally then, because I thought
the
Indian reservations I thought were able to grow marijuana or medical marijuana, but the feds came in and can override that because it's a federal thing. So can't they do it from a federal?
Don't know. That's a great question. Probably, but I doubt they'll do that. They have more important things to do, like spend all our money on nonsense.
I don't know.
Fighting foreign
think
wars.
Someone should be shutting it down. And
Killing
I think
the infidels.
Yes, Fidel Castro's.
Yes. Hey, don't say that, because Cuba's like, no, our buddies. We're cool now.
Kind of.
It's like, what's up?
Kind of. When Abby Martin talking about that on the Joe Rogan podcast?
Bit, yeah.
Everything's still not 100%. Like, we just opened, like, you could travel there, but all the other shit hasn't opened up yet. You can't get a Cuban cigar.
We need that.
Yeah.
I'm down. Although I've heard they've lost their thunder in recent years.
What, the Cubans?
Yeah, like the Dominican Republic stuff supposedly better. I don't know.
Hard to say. All I know is I smoked a couple back in the day, and those things were fucking legit.
Yeah, I've had them legally.
They knock out strippers, by the way.
They knock out strippers. Yeah. Well, they give you a body buzz.
Did you know Reebok spelled backwards is KO beer?
No.
Okay. I'll be here all night.
That's awesome.
Slow riding, slow rolling.
So wait, Matt. Let me ask you.
Yes.
Did you come up with this a few weeks ago and you're just waiting to
inject? I wore my Reebok, like the Johnny Hendricks Z-Quick shirt today. Because I only wear it to work out, and I'm looking at it in the mirror. I'm like, I see beer in the mirror. Wait a second. I see KO beer. Yeah, I got KO beer.
It's their off-brand.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's all good.
Not for Reebok. What else we got?
Well, speaking of Reebok, I'll transition into this.
Please.
So, did you know now you can buy UFC fight-worn female clothing?
No.
On their website.
Like panties and stuff?
You could get the Jessamine Dukes fight-worn sports bra for $749.95, Ingo.
That's whacked.
You could get Michelle Watterson's fight-worn Valley Tudo shorts for $999.95.
I have no idea what that is.
She's a karate hottie.
Oh. Oh, okay. That's why. Now I know.
Or you could get the most expensive collectible they have, Ronda Rousey's fight-worn tank top that she beat Betch Correia in for $9,999.95.
So where does that money go?
Well, who the fuck is pricing this shit? Because you can buy like porn stars wet used panties for under $100.
And you know this why?
Because I follow certain people on Twitters.
Yes.
I'm not advocating buying porn stars soiled panties, but I'm just saying the market dictates the price, and the price is sub 100 for Warren gear.
God. I'm okay with like the panties and stuff, but I feel like the whole thing is kind of dirty. And plus, the bacteria festers and grows.
Blood and stink and...
What are you going to do, sniff that? I mean, I don't know. It's got to be fresh.
That's right.
It can't be just sitting around.
And stinky blood and all the other bacteria that's been on a fighter.
There have been rumors that people have said Ronda Rousey smells badly, supposedly.
I would imagine she does.
Yeah. Like she's not... I don't want to say that because, like...
We're starting rumors here. I like where we're going.
I'm just saying.
This is like the title of a new video.
I've heard.
Ronda Rousey smells badly.
She smells
How badly?
badly?
What does she smell like?
Think of like.
Here we go.
You know, like if you buy some fish, and then you like cook the fish, but you don't quite eat it all, and you throw it in the trash in the summertime, and the garbage day isn't for like 5 days.
And the flies.
And then you open up the garbage can by accident, and you forgot you put the fish in there. And then it just hits you.
Flies and maggoty.
It's like that.
So you're saying that box is just getting rampaged.
I don't know what's happening, but
like Travis Browne just beating that box up.
This is what
I heard. Like he beats women. What?
I don't know.
You can't say that. Allegedly.
Allegedly. He's gonna sue you.
That's fine. I'd rather get sued
with that. If you're gonna sue anybody, sue him directly.
Yeah, because I have so much money. Watch out.
MG in action.
Matt.Griffith@MMAnuts.com.
Send your suing letter. Cease and desist.
Come at me, bro! Let me bang! Let me bang, bro!
He's going to sue you in perpetuity.
It's fine. Either that or I'll take a fight with you if you want it.
Travis Browne?
Yeah.
I'd like to see that.
I don't. I'm gonna get knocked the fuck out, but hey.
Like,
it'd be worth like someone's going to get their money's worth.
I tried to talk him out of this, but he's really insisting, so I want to make sure. Do you have a will?
Matt's going to get hurt so bad. But Matt's going to land at least one punch on himself. I'll just walk out and knock myself out. It's done.
Yeah.
It's done.
Now that's a guy like the... Did we see him in Chicago, Travis Browne?
Yeah, from afar.
He was huge.
He was... Where the fuck was that? We were
in Chicago
weigh-ins?
at the weigh-ins.
Yeah.
Before the Rogan thing.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Joe Rogan.
Like, Jesus Christ. What else you got?
I don't know. I think that's it.
Did you see this Unified Weapons Master? This video and
no.
So basically, there's this new league starting. There's a project on Indigo. Guys are going to be wearing full body suits, and they're going to have all these sensors, and it's almost going to be video game-ish. And they're going to see basically what kind of damage you're going to be doing with blunt objects and swords. So you're going to have guys suited up, going to town after each other in this shit. I'll see if I can pull. So you might get something that looks like this, video-wise, for health meters, and you'll see how each strike does damage on you. Looks like goddamn Darth Vader here. Hopefully everything's muted, but you got all these, God damn it, get to the fucking get-go.
Are you a diehard gamer? They ask. An action movie fan? A combat sports fan? Do you love cool new tech?
Well, I've got a cucumber I'll stick straight up your asshole.
Here's a guy with a last name you can't pronounce. Pysten. How do you say that?
That's like Psy. He's like the
Pisden.
Gundam style.
Pisden.
See, these motherfuckers are going to town.
Whoa.
They're going to be able to tell you exactly how hard you hit because all the sensors.
It's full contact.
They're not fucking around.
Yes.
It's weapons, motherfucker.
This guy looks excited.
He looks geeked to the gills. So, they're whipping shit out. Nunchucks. That's right, they're numb. Fucking staff, swords, you name it. But they started this project on Indigo. I want to say they've raised 36,000 of the 100,000 they're looking for.
Nice. We should do this.
We should suit up and just fucking with my extensive sword training.
Okay.
I have none, but yeah. Anyway, I thought this was interesting. I like the aspect of being able to see how hard a strike is hitting. I always wish they could put something in the gloves.
For the UFC?
Yeah. And that seems like, why couldn't you just put a chip in and that could help with scoring maybe? So you could see, oh, that actually landed.
Well, I think that takes the, you know, like baseball, you know, the whole like umpire thing, there has to be some flaw, kind of like it's...
Well, our sport's so flawed, it needs help.
That's what's great about it.
Because you never know who's going to win.
You never know.
I think they should just flip a coin then. Yeah. If it goes to a fucking decision, we flip a coin.
I'm okay with that.
All right. Sweet.
Bing.
We're coin flipper.
All right.
What else do you want to talk about? You want to talk about UFC 191?
I'd love to. I'm trying to find my, I don't know, my Wi-Fi here is jacked up, but I have the pages. I was just trying to remember who the fuck.
Frank Mir versus Andrei Arlovski. I think that's the only fight I want to talk about, really.
That's it? You don't care about the title fight?
No. Damn. Unless they're going to be in a 6-foot diameter cage. I give no fucks. I'm sorry. You're too fast. I hope Dodson wins. At least he's got a little bit more personality than Mighty Mouse, who keeps saying, if you don't like my style, then you're uneducated.
Yes. He is.
You're functionally retarded.
He may be pound for pound the greatest fighter in the UFC at this point, though.
That nobody gives a shit about.
I know, but I'm just saying he may be, which is weird, because I don't know. And didn't they do that? It's weird. Didn't they do that fight here in Chicago?
Yes.
Right? Isn't that when that originally happened? Yeah. Yeah. So that was a 5-round battle. So, right? Did it go to decision? I can't remember. Or did Dodson get KO'd in the 4th? I'm trying to remember.
Nah, it went to decision.
Yeah. So let's fucking forget about that. Let's talk about
Arlovski! Mir! What's going to happen?
Well,
Fedor's going to win.
I was just looking back at the past few fights as we were just talking. I didn't realize both guys recently have knocked out Bigfoot quite decisively, which is interesting.
Off of TRT, Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Different fighter.
And Frank Mir off the TRT, different fighter.
1 minute of cardio, yes. Frank Mir.
Which is like kind of what I'm thinking about in this fight is the interesting factor, because Andrei has really never had bad cardio, but he's never had good cardio either. And
he's
Frank's
just okay.
Yeah, and Frank is like kind of not so good on the cardio, and I'm wondering like how is that going to play out? You know, like.
Well, think about the game planning out of fucking Greg Jackson, Winklejohn.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure that comes into play. Just avoid for 3 minutes.
I would say that's a smart move. Get into the second round. Definitely don't get into a clinch or not the ground.
Or maybe drop down for a leg lock. Yeah. Use your sambo.
I think you open yourself up to too many potential dangers.
Yeah, I don't know if I would do that.
Scary on the ground, right?
I don't know if I'd do that.
I think there's a major strength difference, too. I think Mir is way stronger than Arlovski.
Or you just push him up against the cage, because we've seen that on so many occasions. Frank Mir on the cage, in the clinch, relaxed, is Frank Mir getting knocked the fuck out.
Yep.
Multiple times.
Yeah. I like both guys. I like the resurgence of both guys. I'm going to go ahead and have to pick Frank Mir by submission. 2 minutes.
You try to be controversial.
No.
I love it.
No, I'm just saying I want to root for Arlovski. I want to pick Arlovski. I think he's a hometown favorite here. But I just feel like Mir right now, I think his mindset is correct. It's where it needs to be. I think he realizes he's no longer the young guy, and he's not trying to do spinning shit. He's just come out. He's going to do what he needs to do. If a young guy wants to throw leather, he's going to throw leather. If a dude wants to come out and pitter patter or whatever, he's going to grab him and drag him to the ground and submit him.
And then break their arm off.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think, like, what would Arlovski be susceptible to? I'm going to go ahead and say like a knee bar. I think knee bar.
No, I think he's pretty well versed in anything to do with the legs from all the sambo. So
Frank goes for the thing that's least expected.
Yes, you attack his strength.
Yeah.
God damn it!
It's like
attack his strength.
Alan Belcher, Paul Harris.
That's
just
right.
Go right in there.
Fuck you. What do you got? You got a leg lock, bitch. I'm in training defenses. Ain't afraid. I'm gonna fucking twister you.
Yes.
Like fuck.
So I don't know. That's my thoughts.
I like Arlovski in this one because I'm still kind of miffed that Arlovski didn't get the title shot, but obviously with Fedor coming into the equation, they're scheming shit in the background. Scheming.
Like a Fedor Arlovski rematch?
Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. It's either, I guess it depends who's going to win this fight, right?
Right.
Arlovski's going to win it, but then Arlovski gets fucked again because then he doesn't get the title shot. But he wants that Fedor fight because
I'm sure.
When
he had that. It was right there.
Well,
it's like right there.
Went for the
sucks, man.
high risk,
that's
low reward.
Almost as bad as Chael Sonnen and Anderson Silva the first time.
Yeah.
It's like it was like right there, and then
he was like one fight away. If he would have caught him one more, because you could see Fedor declining, and it's there. The next guy's gonna get him.
Yeah.
So I think with the game planning that he'll probably keep the distance, or
he should, hopefully.
Like I'm saying, push him up against the cage and clinch up, and Frank does not respond well to that shit. So I think it's first round or second round KO for Arlovski. I want to see, and this is the shit thing about this fight, because you have two former champions, both, Arlovski's on a bigger role than Mir, but
yep.
Like, fuck, you don't want to see both of them matched up right now.
I don't. I would prefer they meet later, but what are you going to do?
Just bang it out. Arlovski's going to win.
That's what they want. I hope he does. But I also like Frank Mir. I've always kind of liked him. He's just a little crazy. I'm drawn to the crazy.
Yeah.
That's why I like BJ Penn.
It's all good. All good.
Yeah. All right. So,
I don't have the Magic 8 Ball. It's all the way up.
It's fine.
It's going to pick somebody.
Magic 8 Ball doesn't give a fuck.
Nope.
He's like, whatever.
Ask the nuts, Ingo.
All right. Ask away.
Ryan Smith asks, which champion do you think doesn't get enough credit for being as good as they are? Mighty Mouse, Rafael dos Anjos, Weidman, Daniel Cormier, or Fabricio Werdum?
Honestly, I know we were talking about Mighty Mouse earlier. I'm gonna have to pick Weidman. I think that people think that his wins against Anderson Silva were flukes, and they don't give him enough credit, and they don't realize how tough that guy is and how strong he is. And he went in there against Maia. He's faced some of the best guys in that weight class, and he's willing to go up and fight John Jones. He doesn't give a fuck. He's like, whatever, give me the best of the best. I don't care.
Yeah, and then the other knock on him is they say, oh, the other people that you beat, they're either off the TRT or past their prime, like Michida and Belfort. Belfort, I'll give him that, because that's a different fighter that Weidman fought versus Rockhold fought.
Right.
Fought Belfort. Jesus Christ.
Whole different story.
One. So, yeah, I think he's underrated. Doesn't get enough credit. Hey, I'm going to give you the Brazilian pronunciation on this name. Rodrigo Machado this week. Pretty sure you're from Brazil. If not, you are now. What do you guys think of this list I found of the top 10 UFC submission specialists in history? Agree or disagree?
Okay.
Number 10, Kenny Florian.
Okay.
Hard
to argue number 10.
I'm going to say blasphemy and go, fuck that guy. He shouldn't be within sniffing distance of a top 10 submission artist.
But he finishes fights at 155.
Not so much. And I'll throw this out. I looked it up. He has 9 wins by submission.
Yeah,
so.
I like it.
All right, fuck that guy.
Great.
He likes him, I'm out. Number 9, Jim Miller. He has 14 wins by sub, 3 sub of the night.
I like it.
I'm okay with
it. Should be
him.
ranked higher potentially. We'll see how the list goes.
Yeah. Number 8, Damian Maia. 10 wins by sub, 4 sub of the night, 1 performance of the night.
Okay, I'm good with that because he got away from that for a while. So
yeah,
I think that's fair. So far so good.
Ronda Rousey, 9 wins by sub.
Yeah, she should be higher on the list in my opinion. Wait, is this overrated, underrated? Which one?
This is just the top 10 UFC submission specialists in history. So
I think she's top 5. One-trick pony, but seriously,
well,
you know what's going to happen, and you still can't stop it. So it's like,
well, then do you throw Husamar Palhares on there?
Yeah, he's better be on that list. Is he not? Is he on that list?
Well, I'm gonna make an addition.
He should be in there.
Hang on.
Not top 5 maybe, but definitely top like 8, top 7.
Well, that's the thing. If you have Kenny Florian on this and you don't have,
maybe Kenny Florian made the poll.
Yeah,
like,
seriously, fuck
like,
that guy.
I'm putting myself 10.
Hey, BattleBots, go ref a fucking.
That's a good show. I like that show.
Number 6, Uriah Faber. He has 19 wins by sub. By the way.
I never thought of him as a submission guy ever. Interesting. Huh.
WEC.
Flew into the radar.
Action.
Okay.
Nate Diaz with 11 wins by sub, 5 sub of the night.
Okay, cool.
I'm good with that, and I think he may have the most epic submission when he had that triangle locked up. I forgot who it was on. And he's flexing and middle fingering because he knows that shit's done. Like, God damn it, that's a champion, man. That's a champion.
That's crazy.
Joe Lozon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
18 wins by subs.
Are we at number 5 right now?
4.
4, okay.
18 wins by sub, 6 sub of the night, 13 total bonuses of the night. He's number 1 in the category.
I love that guy. Awesome.
I'm good with that. Big Nog.
Number 3?
Yes, he has 21 wins by sub. The knock on him is he's got 11 fights in the UFC. He's 5-6. Only 2 wins by sub since he's been in the UFC.
Yeah.
Might be on a little bit past his prime when we got him.
Yep. Just a hair.
I don't think he should be on the list.
I hate to say that, but I would agree with you. I think
there's other people.
I think there's better people that put on that list. Let's see who else they got.
Number 2, Fabricio Werdum. He's got 10 wins by sub in notable names: Velasquez, Big Nog, Fedor, Overeem.
Okay, I like it. As long as number 1 is who I think it's going to be.
Frank Mir.
Thank you.
Number 1.
Then I'm good.
9 wins by sub.
Yeah.
And then he has 3 broken limbs.
You can't fucking argue that. That guy's
Big
scary.
Nog, Tim Sylvia, and I think the other one was Pete Williams, where he had some weird like shoulder lock on him early in his career.
Yeah.
But again, a lot of his wins came early on, and I think at that time, jiu-jitsu was still magic to a lot of people.
But he did submit Nog brutally.
Yes.
Yeah.
A little bit past his prime, though. But that was also after Big Nog rocked him. That's how they got to the ground.
Yep.
But, you know, who's not on that list that should be there? Jacare. What the fuck?
I don't know.
How is he not on that list?
Don't know. John Jones, I would argue, is, as much as I dislike him, has had some pretty spectacular finishes. You know, I think the Machida thing is the big, he should be top 10 at least.
Well, considering only 2 people have submitted Machida, John Jones being one, and who's it, Luke Rockhold the other?
Sounds correct.
Yes. It is.
I don't know.
Paul Harris should be on that list. And I throw one more in. I think Luke Rockhold should be on that list.
Sure.
He has 9 wins by sub. And one of the subs is Machida, who he's the second person to submit after John Jones. And then he's the only person to submit Michael Bisping. And if you submit Michael Bisping, you're my number 1.
Automatic number 1, yes.
But I'm going to throw this at. Who do you think should be number 1 on the list? Are you okay with Frank Mir?
I like Frank Mir, yeah.
Being number 1?
I like Frank Mir there. It's hard to argue that. The guy's dangerous, man.
He is, but I think a lot of his submissions came way early in the career, like what I'm saying, where shit is still magic. I think Fabricio Werdum should be number 1, based on competition that he's defeated.
Yeah, you could say that too. I think that definitely one of the heavyweights for sure. I still like Frank Mir. I think the Big Nog thing was huge.
Yeah, especially when you consider that 1, he knocked him out in one fight. Then 2, he submits him in another fight. Then 3, Big Nog wants to fight him again, and he's only gonna die. So
crazy.
Well, what are you trying to prove?
Yeah, and there's a part of me
there's no respect from the Big Nog to the Frank Mir.
No.
Which I don't understand. He's knocked you out. He's submitted you. Why you no respect him?
What's left? A decision victory.
Yeah.
No, but I'm still remembering that Fedor fight. A part of me still inside feels like
Fedor versus
Werdum.
Okay.
I feel like a part of me still feels like Fedor did that on purpose. Not to take anything away from Werdum. It just
trying to say he wanted out, so he started giving up.
It just seemed really strange, man. The remembering
the
that
Mafia would not let him quit, by the way.
Yeah.
I think they kept putting him out. I think he wanted to retire way sooner than he actually did.
Probably.
Because he was such the money magnet for all these guys. Like, fuck, Fedor, you're not done. You're fighting. We'll kill you, your brother, your family, whoever. Did you talk to someone? Dead. Dead.
Yeah.
You looked at that person, they're dead too.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Your first grade teacher? Dead.
Dead.
She's dead already, but we're going to dig her up and kill her again. Fuck.
Yeah. I mean, not to say Werdum couldn't submit Fedor. It just seemed, I remember that. I had a picture of that in my head ever since it happened of like, man, that just seems like totally like not something the greatest fighter ever would make such a simple mistake against a guy who's like known for being ridiculously dangerous off his back.
That's a good point. Something I haven't considered. We'll see. Because I always just I thought he was slipping, and maybe that's the reason he was slipping. And now with him being away from the sport for a number of years, and he's going to come back, we'll see
how he does.
Yeah. Well, I think he should stay at heavyweight. Is
he trying to drop to 205?
No, but he has such a... It's like Cormier when he was at heavyweight. He had such a speed advantage. Fedor has such a speed advantage, and he keeps the power.
It's that overhand, right?
Yes.
But the problem is everybody knows that's coming. And
doesn't matter, though.
It works for Dan Henderson,
exactly.
I guess. But
you can't stop
it. Didn't work well. Dan also finished. I mean, I don't know.
But Dan was rocked in that fight, too.
Fedor?
Yeah, when they fought.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. He clipped him, right?
Yeah.
And then Dan went to, like, bite down on the mouth guard mode. Like,
fuck it.
Oh, okay.
And then, like, sneaks out, gets his back, and uppercut from under. All right.
Good question. I like it.
Here we go. Out of these undefeated champions, who do you think loses first? Chris Weidman, Ronda Rousey, or Joanna Jędrzejczyk? Weidman, Rousey, and Jędrzejczyk.
That's a tough one. Are they both fighting? Are all three fighting this year?
Yep.
I'm going to have to go and say, God, I don't know. I want to say Chris Weidman because I have faith in Rockhold, but I'm not sure. Weidman's
you're coming over to Team Rockhold with me?
No, I don't know. I'm still not sure about that fight. I got to think. I need to think more. I need to think.
I think about these things.
About that one a little longer because I'm not quite sure how I feel about it, but probably that.
I agree. You look at Rousey, she's just so far ahead of everyone.
Yeah.
And Jędrzejczyk, she's got good takedown defense and fucking awesome stand-up.
She's a killer.
That's equates to a lot of people have said, the female version of a Chuck Liddell.
I like it.
Like, fuck. And Weidman, when you look at 85, there are so many murderers when you go, okay, well, first he's got to get past Rockhold, and then you have Jacare, and then you have Yoel Romero. So it's three guys that are legitimate threats to Weidman's, not that he has a legacy, but his undefeated status.
He wins a few more times, he will have one.
Yeah. I think Rockhold beats him. So my opinion on this question is Chris Weidman's going to be the first guy to lose.
Okay, we are in agreement.
Yes. And then Rigo Machado's going to close it out. He says, I need advice from the nuts. There's a girl in my class that I like.
Oh, God.
What should I do?
How old is this guy?
Yeah, I don't know.
In his class?
Late 20s.
Please tell me you're
30.
over like the age of 18. Before is he under 18?
He's 15.
I gotta think before I give this.
That's a very good question.
There's a girl you like in your class. What should you do?
Well, I'll tell you what you should do.
Listen to Matt. He knows what he's talking about.
I'm thinking that you should. I'm guessing you see her at. You're probably doing Taibo, the Billy Blank style, and she's probably, or actually, you're probably lifting weights, and she's doing yoga. Mm-hmm. And she's probably doing yoga in the weight area. Mm-hmm. You should probably yell at her and curse her out and be like, bitch, get the fuck out of the weight area. You grab her yoga mat, throw that shit across the thing.
Exactly.
You post an angry rant on Facebook. Getting laid next week, buddy.
That's right.
Bang, bang. Knock it out.
Perfect. Please do that.
Domestic violence does not exist.
Yeah.
What?
No.
Do you have advice? I don't know. Just a fucking crazy
slightly less insane than that one.
What?
I would just say, what should you do? I mean, nowadays.
Tinder.
Not Tinder.
Just show her, like, see how many bitches I've hooked up with?
No.
I'm a fucking I fuck like a champ. Boogie night style, baby.
Like a champ. You should invite her.
Here we go. What? Invite her. Waiting.
Oh,
waiting.
I was going to say invite her for coffee, but that's so lame.
Invite her for coffee?
Don't do that. No, but
do some magic.
I think you should do weird shit. Like say like, hey,
Here we go.
Hey, you want to go like parasailing? Let's do something wacky, something you don't even like. Just to see what she says.
You like magic? Do you want to see your beer bottle disappear?
There you go. That's fun to be. You know, what do you got to lose? That's with your dick out. I mean that
well, that's you gotta be cautious with that. Don't just whip it out. Make sure you're in the right company.
Okay.
But usually when you whip it out, a girl's gonna suck it.
By a girl in his class, he probably means a stripper he sees every week when he goes to the strip club. Good one, though. Good one.
It'll all work out.
That advice that Matt gave you will probably work for that.
Oh, God. I'm sorry, but those women are some of the dumbest women.
Strippers?
Probably.
I wouldn't know any.
I wouldn't either.
I did know some in college, but not anymore.
It's all good. Moving right along. Knowledge. Did you see there's this new porn parody out? Oh, we're on the porn subject anyway.
It's been the whole show.
I know. It's called Ronda Rousey, Grounded and Pounded.
Okay, no, I did not see this.
Yeah, I don't know if I even post a thing up. I don't have any thing here, but I have pictures and maybe a safe for work video posted.
Safe what?
Safe for work.
Oh, safe for work. SFW instead
yes,
of NSFW?
Yes. I always go NSFW.
Yeah.
Because I work here.
Well, iTunes is pretty picky. They could get our shit banned off there. No pornography.
What?
No.
Why?
They don't allow that.
They're not down with. They're not DTF, as you say.
You can say whatever you want, but you cannot post graphic images of any kind.
Well, I think it's interesting that everyone's jumping on the Ronda Rousey bandwagon and then some. It is unbelievable. She was in some other commercial. What was it? Hardee's or Carl's Jr. or something.
I saw that.
She's fucking.
With that burger in her mouth, baby.
Yeah, some breakfast, French
Delicious.
toast, eggs and meat with maple syrup dripping all over her.
Well,
I don't know.
That sounds pretty graphic.
It does. Like her jamming this thing in her mouth.
Okay.
Like, wow, this chick likes meat in her mouth.
She does.
She likes to party. I could be down with that.
Yes. Yeah. Although there was like a thing, I think her mom had made a statement this week, like her daughter, Ronda Rousey's friends are all like losers or something.
They're douchebags.
That's it. Douchebags.
Yeah. Like, Mom, maybe you should let this woman be a woman. She's not a girl anymore.
Well, when you've gone your whole life,
like, boom, boom,
you'll be a woman soon.
That's Ronda's mom's theme song for life. She'll never grow up prepared. Yeah. I love you so much, get got all the way. Blah, 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 blah,
funny you bring that up. I had a dream last night about Pulp Fiction. Actually, it's weird. I was in the movie. It was like the scene where
there we go.
Where the fucking.
You say they're punchy.
Huh?
Like Bruce Willis, punchy.
Yeah, where Bruce Willis was in the scene with the I want to say the black guy. There's multiple black guys.
Vin Rames.
Yeah, where it was like, and he's like, as far as I'm concerned, we're fucking square.
Yeah.
I was in the scene. I was like, this is weird. Why am I watching this? Like,
so you're coming out of the closet now.
No.
It's all good.
And then
we support the cause.
Like, this is like a $5 shake. And then, like, John Travolta getting fucking lit up in the toilet. And I'm going, this is weird. And then I woke up. It's weird that you sang that song. It's like some sort of...
We are so cosmic, it's ridiculous at times.
Okay. It's weird.
That'll be 200.
Literally. I haven't seen that movie in, like, probably 10 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. I see it here and there.
Does it hold water? I'm afraid to watch it again because I remember it being so good.
I never get it from the beginning, and I always get it on weird channels.
Okay.
So I'll just... get clips here and there.
Because like Jackie Browne I watched again recently.
That movie sucked.
I didn't think that movie was terrible for some. I don't know. I loved it at the time, but it was bad when I saw it recently.
I think his best work was Reservoir Dogs.
I liked that one a lot. That was definitely
Kill
good.
Bills are good.
Yeah, those are okay. From Dusk Till Dawn, big fan of that one.
It's all right.
I remember seeing that. I had known nothing about it, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? It's
Not
just
titties,
like,
though.
yeah, it was like all of a sudden it turned weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, Reservoir Dogs was definitely good. What else did he do? Did he do anything else? You know what's funny is I didn't watch all of Django Unchained. Have you seen that one?
That one's pretty good.
I saw a part of it, and I think I fell asleep. I should rewatch that.
I'm pretty sure they said the N-word
like 10 million times.
Enough to like be offensive.
Yeah, probably.
And like that's offensive.
Okay. In this day and age.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like playing The Witcher.
Oh yeah.
You are. That game really pissed me off at times because
racist.
Yeah, everyone's racist against Witchers, and I'm not comparing being a Witcher to being black, but I'm just saying it made me feel uncomfortable because every time people are like cursing me out, I'm like, motherfucker, I'm a Witcher. I will fuck your shit up. I will fuck you up. Yeah. I'm fucking bitches like they're going out of style, right? I probably got laid 10 times.
Nice.
You can't be talking shit on Witchers right now.
Yeah, I'm still about halfway through that. Destiny.
I thought they had a new mode that just came out, and like new DLC. I haven't tried it yet.
No, because I'm really hooked on Destiny right now. To get into this mode.
That's right.
Freaked out about it. I love it. It's lots of fun. Anything else?
Nope.
All right.
Shut it down.
That's been this week's edition of what show is this? MMA Nuts?
Porn Nuts, if you will.
Porn Nuts. Pornnuts.com. There you
Just
go.
remember, AdamEve.com.
I wonder if that's taken.
Code BBC.
Oh yeah, we forgot about that. Is that still working?
I don't know. Haven't promoted that in about 2 years, so yeah. I'm sure it'll all work out.
Pornnuts.com. There it is. That's our next empire, Matt.
Porn. We're gonna take the porn world by storm.
Hey. By
force or
and,
that's it.
Episode 258. Matt and Ingo are now single.
I see neither here nor there.
All right.
All right, that's it.
See you next week.
Thanks for playing.
Bye-bye.